Let me tell you a truth about demons. Something they don't want you to know. Something that makes them tremble. Something that keeps them awake in their own darkness. They fear broken souls. Not because broken souls are weak, but because broken souls understand the very essence of darkness, the raw nature of pain, the pure language of shadow. See, demons think they know darkness, think they understand suffering, think they comprehend pain, but they've never experienced what it means to shatter and choose to exist anyway. Watch how they back away when they sense a broken soul approaching, how they hesitate when they feel those fractured edges, how they falter when they recognize that particular kind of power. Because demons, they're creatures of intention, beings of deliberate malice, entities of chosen darkness. But broken souls, they're forged in unwanted fires, shaped by unwelcome storms, created through uninvited devastation, and that makes them infinitely more dangerous. You see, demons can only break things that are already whole, can only darken things that still hold light, can only corrupt things that remain pure. But what do they do with something already broken? Something that learned to weaponize its cracks? Something that transformed its fragments into arsenals of understanding. Here's what terrifies them. Broken souls know every shadow because they've bled in darkness. Understand every pain because they've breathed in agony. Comprehend every despair because they've drowned in sorrow and still chose to rise. Demons can't comprehend this kind of power, this transformation of tragedy into triumph, this alchemy of agony into authority, this metamorphosis of misery into might. They run from broken souls because broken souls possess something demons never will. The sacred knowledge of resurrection, the holy wisdom of reformation, the divine art of rising from ruin. Every crack in a broken soul is a lesson demons never learned. Every scar is a wisdom they never earned. Every fragment is a truth they never understood. That's why they run. That's why they flee. That's why they cower. Because broken souls aren't just victims of darkness anymore. They're masters of shadow. Aren't just casualties of pain anymore. They're conquerors of agony. Aren't just targets of torment anymore. They're titans of tribulation. Watch how demons scatter when they realize a broken soul isn't seeking redemption, isn't looking for healing, isn't begging for mercy, but is coming for them with all its jagged edges, with all its sharp wisdom, with all its dangerous knowledge. Because broken souls know something demons never will. How to turn devastation into dominion. How to forge fragility into ferocity. How to transform trauma into triumph. They fear broken souls because broken souls have already survived their worst, endured their deepest, conquered their darkest, and emerged not just stronger, but understanding, not just tougher, but transcendent, not just harder, but wholly in their own haunted way. Let me tell you why demons run. Because broken souls carry within them the ultimate weapon against darkness, the ability to embrace it, transform it, and turn it back upon itself. Every demon's attack becomes another crack to see through. Every shadow they cast becomes another darkness to master. Every pain they inflict becomes another power to wield. They never meant to create their own worst nightmare, never intended to forge their own perfect predator, never planned to craft their own ultimate enemy. But in breaking souls, that's exactly what they did. In shattering spirits, that's precisely what they made. In fracturing hearts, that's exactly what they formed. Now watch them flee from what they created, from what they awakened, from what they unleashed. Because broken souls, they don't just endure darkness, they become it. Don't just survive pain, they speak it. Don't just bear torment, they breathe it. And in that transformation, they become something even demons dare not face, even shadows dare not touch, even darkness dare not challenge. Let me tell you why demons run. Because they're beginning to understand that their greatest mistake wasn't breaking these souls. It was teaching them how to exist in pieces and still be powerful. Now they face something beyond their comprehension. Souls that don't break under darkness because they're already broken. Spirits that don't crack under pressure because they're already shattered. Hearts that don't falter under pain because they've already fallen. And in that broken state, found something more powerful than any demon could ever be. The ability to choose, rising over ruin, power over pain, triumph over trauma. This is why demons run from broken souls. Not because they're afraid of breaking them, but because they're terrified of what broken souls have become, of what shattered spirits have learned, of what fractured hearts have mastered. In their arrogance, they created their own extinction. In their malice, they forged their own end. In their cruelty, they crafted their own doom. And now they run from the very forces they helped create, from the very power they helped unleash, from the very destiny they helped forge. Let them run, let them flee, let them cower. Because broken souls, they're not just coming, they're already here. They're not just watching, they're already seeing. They're not just waiting, they're already moving. And demons, they're right to run, they're right to fear, they're right to tremble. Because this is just the beginning of what broken souls can do when they stop trying to be whole and start embracing the power of their broken pieces. Watch them run, watch them scatter, watch them fall before the might of those they thought to break, before the power of those they thought to shatter, before the force of those they thought to destroy. This is why demons run from broken souls, because in breaking them, they created something far more terrifying
They think I'm
than
hiding
any
in the
demon
shadows,
could ever be.
but
A soul that knows how to turn its brakes into blades. And in this final truth, demons face their ultimate fear, that every soul they break becomes another force in the army of the shattered, in the legion of the fractured, in the ranks of the reborn. Each broken soul carries a different wisdom, wields a different darkness, commands a different shadow, until demons find themselves surrounded by an army they never meant to create, overwhelmed by a force they never meant to summon, destroyed by a power they never meant to forge. This is their apocalypse, not in fire or flood, but in the rising tide of broken souls who learn to turn their pain into something holy, into something haunted, into something horrifying. And still they run, and still they flee, and still they fall before the unstoppable force of those who chose to exist not despite their breaks, but because of them, not in spite of their scars, but through them, not regardless of their wounds, but because of them. This is why demons run from broken souls, because they finally understand they didn't break these souls, they set them free. And that freedom, it's their doom. Every broken soul becomes a beacon to others, a signal in darkness, a light in shadow, not the gentle light that demons know how to dim, but the fierce illumination of those who've mastered darkness, who've conquered shadow, who've transcended pain. Watch how their numbers grow, how their ranks swell, how their power multiplies. With every soul demons try to break, they forge another weapon against themselves. With every spirit they try to shatter, they create another force of their undoing. With every heart they try to fracture, they craft another instrument of their doom. This is the revolution demons never saw coming. An army of broken souls, each carrying a different piece of the ultimate truth that brokenness isn't weakness, it's transcendence. And as they run, as they flee, as they fall, they finally understand the magnitude of their mistake, the depth of their error, the scale of their doom, before the unstoppable tide
tonight,
of souls who
Gotham
learned
relying on one man
to turn their
save us all.
breaks into brilliance, their scars into sorcery, their wounds into wisdom. This is their final lesson. Sometimes what you break breaks you back.